Okay, so we've obviously got a bit of time on our hands, and we've got the Breeze Ups potentially coming up in 4 to 6 weeks starting off. This is supposed to be held March, April, May, and they'll probably just be about finishing right now, May the 16th, but obviously due to coronavirus things have been delayed. So with the Breeze Ups coming up, we thought it might be a good idea just to talk through how the Breeze Ups work and previous experience of Breeze Ups and how we kind of select a horse. So to start with, I thought the best thing to do would be go back to my earliest memory of the Breeze Ups. Now, the first horse I bought was in 2009, but it wasn't a Breeze Up, it was a horse in training, so that's kind of how we got going. And from there, kind of gone from, instead of just going to the horse in training sale, going to all the sales. And the Breeze Ups, the first memory I have is the 2012 Breeze Ups at Newmarket, Tattersall's, at the Craven meeting. Now, I've looked online, I can't seem to find the times that we had for those. We may not have had times, we may not have had them printed anyway. And I've been on the Tattersall's website and I can't find the videos that they have with each horse breed, and I think at that point they weren't recording them or they haven't uploaded them to the website. But I found my catalogue, and I've gone through my catalogue, and this particular sale stands out for one reason, and that's because a very good horse came from the sale. It was a horse that I was keen on, and a horse that I was pretty adamant I wanted to buy. Now at the time, 2009, I didn't have the knowledge what I have now. It's kind of, every day's a lesson, built it up over the years, and I may be wearing kind of rose tinted glasses at this stage because I've got my catalogue in front of me and there's several horses I've got stars next to. I'll just read out the lot numbers. Lot 9, 25, 48, 43 were the ones based on the catalogue, but I don't seem to have many stars next to the ones on day 2. So I don't know if I didn't work so hard on day 2 or what. But anyway, so lot 9 is one I want to talk about this morning. This is because this horse was rather peculiar and is kind of the opposite to what you would normally see at Breeze Ups. So this was a horse, it was a colt, a bay colt, born May 13th. So it was probably a June covering, very immature for a 2-year-old. He hadn't turned 2 when the Breeze Ups happened, whereas a lot of them would be kind of 2, 3 months, maybe 4 months. So this was a colt consigned by Malcolm Bastard, and he's by New Approach and out of a mare called Interim Marchand. Now looking at the catalogue page I've got in front of me, lot 9, the mare had already thrown a couple of stakes horses. One had won the Doonside Cup, which is a 1.5 mile 5 race up at Ayr, and the other horse had won at 4 races at 4 and 5 in France, and was black type filly by Zamindar. And I remember this horse breezing, and it kind of sticks out with me for 2 reasons. First of all, it was the horse that moved the best at the breeze. So I was stood literally by the winning post, kind of 10 yards away from where the horses would come past, and 150 horses came up on that day, and this horse stood out for the way that it moved, so that's why it got a star. And then when I went back and looked at the times, or when I sent the times, I remember that it was actually the slowest breeze on the day. Now that wouldn't normally put a lot of people off, and it probably put a lot of people off in this case as well, but this was a big, good moving son of New Approach, backward pedigree, Doonside Cup, mile 4. The sisterhood hadn't won till age 4, so kind of the slow time added up with the pedigree. Anyway, the horse sold for 40,000. I was in the ring when it sold. I should have bid on it. I didn't bid on it. I've only got myself to blame for that. And the person who actually bought it was Carl Burke. He bought it with a Scandinavian gentleman whose name escapes me at the moment, but one of Carl's long-standing owners, and they bought it together for 40,000. And if I'd bid 42, Carl had probably gone 45, and if I'd have bid 48, Carl had probably gone 50. And at that point, I probably wouldn't have bid anymore. But anyway, so it's a sudden New Approach, and He did run it all at 2, and then I saw him enter to run at Pontefract as a 3-year-old in the opening meeting, and I was talking to Hugh Taylor online, and I said, I think it was a 3-runner race, and I said, this horse wants back in. This was a serious mover at the Breeze-Ups, and I'm pretty certain it was a large price in the betting. Just getting up on my racing post. Here it comes. Eventually, just need to click form. The horse is now 10 now. The racing post site is not getting any quicker, even though none of us are using it. Okay, so it's loaded up, and yes, it debuted at Pontefract. It wasn't a large price. It was 15-8 favour that day, and I remember the race. It debuted over mile 2, and it was very slow to get going, and it literally came late and was kind of doing all its best work in the final 100 yards. It won there, and then it went to Sandown, and it actually ran in the Dante that year, and actually won the Dante. By now, some of you will be working out what the name of the horse is. The horse was called Libertarian. And from there, it was sold to Sheikh Mohammed, and it went on to run at Epsom in the Derby. And again, I backed it in the Derby. I think it was 16-25 to 1 that I was getting when I was back in it. I think looking at this, it went up at 14 to 1. And it was slower in the Derby, and I kind of knew that the softer the ground it was at Epsom, the better its chance would be, because it would make it more of a stamina test. It literally needed every yard, and it literally snatched second in the last stride of the race. It finished second that year to Rule of the World. Did nothing after that, unfortunately. But that horse is the first horse that I remember from the Breeze-Ups. I should have bought it. I didn't. As I say, it was the slowest on the day, so times aren't everything, but it was certainly the best moving horse. And thinking about the consign and Malcolm Bastard, a lot of his horses don't clock. In fact, nearly all of them don't clock. They don't clock well, but the ones that move well often go on to be good racehorses.